Thank you so much, Cheever and panel. Back at the caster area with my good buddy Waga. We're getting ready to embark on game number 2, Virtus Pro against Na'Vi.
Possibly elimination here as well for VP. They need to pull out a win. They're one game down in this series, going up against Na'Vi, and Na'Vi looked strong in that game 1. That was not just Na'Vi winning, that was them crushing VP. So
it's one of those kind of, it was such a hard loss. Virtus Pro probably going to have to shake that one off psychologically as well.
Oh, they looked pretty beat. I mean, we're here with the players, and they did not look very happy afterwards. And, you know, I saw Dendy going over and looking at the replays playing, and he's like, yeah, that was fun. So great spirits in Na'Vi, but VP here, bringing out the Tide, the Queen, the ES. They have good team fight control.
Yeah.
They do have some issues pushing against the Tinker later on, but, I mean, every lineup does. It's just somehow about finding him, and Queen is a pretty good pick for that.
So in that case, if you don't want to risk having to go against the Tinker in the later portion, do you try to bully him early on and just kind of put him in a bad spot sooner than later?
Yeah, maybe. I'm just curious what they're going to do here. Oh, the smoke immediately fails at DiChiara. Just runs down and breaks it against FNG.
And last game, of course, we saw that rumble by the Rune already. And Virtus Pro still kind of creeping around here. They're going to turn up and around the corner and look to make their go.
Yeah, but Na'Vi should be seeing all of this coming. They know that top rune should be safe, and bottom rune is not something they want to contest at all.
They at least will be able to get a sentry down, block out a camp. FNG will try to remove some of the easy access that I'm sure like an Enchantress would like to go for. So
and Tinker farm. I mean, every game we see eventually there are stacks there for Tinker to recover.
Yeah,
because Na'Vi has played Tinker 3 games so far that I've seen in the playoffs here, and well, this being the 3rd, and. They just want to shut down his recovery.
But they're still hanging around this mid lane.
They are.
Look at this.
Oh,
so Nico, I'm just going to go this way. Oh, what the hell? Boom. Suddenly a wild No Fear shows up. Him and FNG, double sets of lockdown. Artcell's going to be forced to kind of step in.
Oh, they got him.
They might be able to get Sonico first. They will. FNG gets that first blood. They will be handing over Dendy, though.
Yeah.
A kill, too.
Exactly. That kill going towards the mid laner is a big thing.
And No Fear is still hanging here. He's got the rolling boulder to work with now, and him and Arcell are just gonna, you know, battle it out, rumble in the jungle. And finally, he's like, you know what, I'm out of here, and just leaves.
Yeah, just kidding. I'm gonna roll away, and we'll be fine. Well, VP, they do get the first blood going there, and that means the Crystal Maiden now has boots as well, so she's pretty happy. Got that movement speed. And it's an aggressive lifestealer on the off lane here. They want to contest. That, of course, puts the Tidehunter against Nightstalker, so great lanes for VP.
But, is it good enough where Na'Vi might be forced to pull out an audible and try to change the lanes up, or are they already set with this and they're just going to have to put up with it while they can?
They will put up with it, and they will put up with it by rotating art style. It all comes down to this man's rotations. He is playing Enchantress and Chen.
Oh, it's ridiculous.
And he plays it like a god. He's actually so great at the heroes. And what are you going to do? You can't ban both in the first phase.
Yeah.
And he plays them so interchangeably. It's just amazing to watch.
I hope he likes playing them.
Oh,
he's great at them. I hope he enjoys it.
He loves doing it because he can have such a great impact. I've talked to him about it like way in the past, and he just likes the power he has early on.
And as they're trying to work with a pull-through here on the side of Na'Vi, obviously No Fear is going to try to be the bouncer here, not allow them to get too much going too soon. And hoping to give the most space here for Aloha Dance to kind of have that nice start. We've seen Aloha Dance, remember yesterday on that Jug game, like if he gets that good start, he almost seems impeccable with his core play. So
yeah,
looking to do the same here with the Lifestealer.
Oh, FNG probably going to go down here maybe, but he actually sneaks away.
Okay, they wind up. They'll root him down right now. There will be some step in from No Fear trying to get up the Boulder Smash, but there's already a lot of tension on FNG. They will get the last hit in. He will go down 2-1 for Na'Vi right now, and they're going to hope for more from possibly No Fear, but that will force Aloha Dance out from the lane to kind of help his buddy out.
Good quick reactions to Legion with the Frostbite onto the Centaur there. So he got a kill on the Centaur, but sadly he dies himself. That's pretty much the least value kill, though, that you could get with a smoked Enchantress rotation, especially having the Troll and the Centaur. I mean, anyone could die to this. So it's good that it's FNG.
As they harass back Aloha Dance. In the top lane, we're seeing what could be a bit of a run back. You know, Yoku having a wonderful time on his Tidehunter, 16 and 2 CS, the highest
He's
in the game here.
Just
Taunting
swimming in with the taunt.
Had a great game yesterday on it. And oh, look at this free courier mid lane. FNG was smoked up, just happened to walk over. Season's just like, you know what? Bop, bop, hits it twice. It's down and out. Second game straight, they'll be able to get that courier. And now they're looking for Dendy. Beautiful two-man catch with that boulder smash.
G doesn't have the HP, though, to go in. They try and commit here, but just kind of turned around. And Dendy's like, okay, you kill my courier, I kill you. And that's the 3rd time that we see this poor Crystal Maiden die in 3 minutes.
Yep. And
Not
bottom
looking-
lane, okay, a little bit of harassment on Ditya, but he will Blade Fury away from the lifesteal. And as we see in top lane here, a little bit of a dance under the tower. Yoku obviously feeling pretty damn buff.
Yeah, he's pretty buff, but at the same time, General does have nice CS here. He's
True.
15 CS, got a lot of gold. I wonder what he's going to go for if he just goes for his
Yeah.
early face boots again. Because as soon as it's minute 4, I think he's going to start looking to rotate.
Oh, for sure.
As
that
a level
first,
5.
That first Nightfall. I know that, it was changed a while ago where they adjusted the darkness timing a bit. So do you still feel like there's that much pressure on the Night Stalker to get a lot done in that first night? Bottom lane, though, they're making it go for Ditya here. Just more harassment, it looks like.
I mean, as long as you get any kill in the first night, I think you're fine. If you get more, then you're going to control the early game a lot.
Yeah.
But I think, could be scary there with just an ensnare. He could have dealt a lot of damage to G, but he gets away without being harassed here. But yeah, we're going to have to keep our eyes peeled on General now. As he backs up, he has the TP scroll, going to TP out to a laning gank, maybe. Or maybe
what would
just
be
run.
the best lane that he should probably put some attention towards
Well, if they
here?
can kill Queen, it's great, but he doesn't have silence.
They might not even need him. They're already making a go for Queen right now. They set up with a stun and a net, but she will be able to blink away. Rockets out, but will not connect on for G.
Disjointed there, and actually he just runs back up on top lane here. Night Stalker putting more time to his solo lane. Maybe scared of, letting Yoku completely free farm, but I don't think he has any choice in this. He's not going to be able to stop him.
That's true. Still has a couple of minutes to work with if he still wants to get something out of the darkness here, but you're right. I mean, he risks going somewhere else. You risk handing Tidehunter that.
Yeah, I
glorious
mean,
start.
without any point in silence, he's not going to be able to kill the Lifestealer or the Queen, so maybe he's just forced to go up here with his skill build. I'm actually not sure. They're trying to rotate with the Oracle, but Tide is a very hard hero to kill.
Yeah.
He has Ravage, so you can't dive him.
I don't think, you can kill him at all. They're certainly going to need all hands on deck for that one. But
they know he's coming. They saw him with a ward. Look at the 2 supports trying to set up for Night Stalker, but no. It's running the other way.
Yep. Make it back in a way here, and we'll see if Virtus Pro maybe try to do something on the back of that Ravage here soon, because supports are en route. Both No Fear and FNG are going to be migrating up to that top lane.
Yep.
But they already made their go for Yoku here.
They can slowly
that
bring him
Purifying
down here.
Flame's another one, but he doesn't have the mana. No follow-up nuke's going to be there. The Ravage will fly out. Suddenly No Fear shows up. Boulder Smash will get the stun here for General. General, though, at speed of the night, looking to move through.
He's very quick. FNG actually does catch him.
Get him. Nice Frostbite. Turns back. There's the Void. So Nico in trouble. G also steps up to this top lane. We'll be able to take down that Oracle. No Fear swinging a miss on the rolling boulder. Does he have a Boulder Smash? He needs 6 seconds. He has the pull silence. He could take him right there. Oh, it's not enough.
General.
Can he do a long ball kick for Prey? No,
General
he's
is
not gonna go
such a
for it.
player. Look at his HP, and keep in mind that he managed to use his Void to cancel the animation of the Anchor Smash and lived because of that.
That's crazy.
He ran away after he canceled that animation. So, beautiful play by General. He had a phenomenal game 1 and already putting some nice plays here game 2. Ditya gonna be forced to.
Oh, he goes
wow.
down. Bottom lane.
Nice.
Ditya getting harassed a bit by Aloha Dance. Tries to go for the spin TP, but it is not going to make it out. One last right click was just enough.
Yeah, that was just a little bit overconfidence there by Juggernaut. He could not really run away as there's Windlace and Face Boots on this lifesteal as well. Now General starting to rotate.
Has only about a minute and a half left for this first Nightfall if he wants to really ramp something up and make something out of it right now.
Yeah, he's just going to try and stunt G's farm a little bit more.
Yeah.
Oh, actually?
Okay.
G
Or
doesn't
they'll
have the
just
blink.
kill him. He didn't have the blink. They saw him use it, I guess, and they made the window work. Now Aloha Dance shifts towards the mid lane. Boulder Smash stun, pull back silence. Dendy will have to reposition as General hustles for No Fear. No Fear is going to be able to make it back and away, and looks like they'll infest up the creep. And
G just getting a little bit too cocky there. I mean, there's a 15-second cooldown level 1 blink, and he didn't really pay respect to the enemy there. I didn't think he would get caught out because his Queen is really, really strong normally, but this hurts him a lot. His CS is not that high. Dying is not something he can afford.
yeah, he goes down. And with Dendy already kind of getting those couple of kills earlier, he's now 2-0. You see Dendy at 30-11 CS while G has the 24. So Virtus Pro kind of rallying behind G right now and hoping that they can get a turnaround. He has that Sonic Wave. You have yet to see him use it, and maybe they'll get this illusion.
Oh, wow. Yeah, that's a lot of skills
That would have
used.
been bad if he Sonic Waved that right there,
Yeah.
but luckily that's not going to be the case. Cute play by Dendy, though, to try to bait out.
It only took them 4 skills to realize. Well, they all use it at the same time pretty much, so. Anyway, they do have a ton of things going for them, though, on VP. We do say the mid is struggling, but look over to Lifesteal, look over to Tide.
Yeah.
They are dominating the CS.
Yeah.
They're so far ahead in farm.
They really are.
And
But,
he's rushing that mech on Tide.
Artstyle makes his move for FNG here, and there's the Sonic Wave, but it's not a good connection. Artstyle is able to sidestep it here, and he's out of there.
The
He'll get
haste
healed
rune.
up. Oh, boy. not a good showing for G on this game. Hopefully he'll be able to shake it off on his queen. Arstyle with the haster is going to give him a few extra slaps on the back, though.
You know, it's a funny skill. Like the Queen of Pain ulti, it's so hard to land when you're right next to someone.
Yeah.
But when you're a bit away from them, it's super easy.
The
and
cone
a hasted,
effect, yeah.
Exactly. A hasted enemy right next to you is just so hard to hit.
Can't fault too much on that bottom lane. They're hoping to take down Aloha Dance here. He's hustling for the side shot, but it looks like he may try to instead go for the infest. He will find a creep, but they're very low. Pops out right now.
Oh, he did.
Slash. He's gone.
The vengeance is there for Ditya Raw. He did get brought down earlier.
Uh-oh, Yoku's here, though. He's got a Ravage ready to go, but they're not going to be able to get close enough. Again, that Void coming out from General will slow him down a bit.
Yeah, just kiting around. He knows his Night Stalker is very high impact in the early game, but now not having Darkness anymore, he probably has to go back to some AFK farming role.
Yeah.
Not going to be able to rotate as much as it's going to hit daytime again soon.
So we'll have to see what the next peak window will be for Na'Vi. It could be Dendi picking up his, boots of travel. He's getting closer to him here.
Yeah, 350 away.
And then the farm really comes in.
Yeah. Oh, mid. They're actually trying here.
Can
the
they
laser?
get G again? A good silence here, but the stun will connect onto Dendi. He'll be forced to step back.
Oh,
Aloha Dance steps in at a beautiful time. He'll be able to clean up Dendi there. Good rotation from him.
And that delays the boots of travel, and they're still chasing for more. Look at this Windlaze face boots lifesteer, just running them down.
He's a race car man, hustling on through. General, of course, stuck in the daytime here. He's a daywalker now, and
yeah, that's why you don't want to fight. Daytime is really bad for you.
They're not going to get him with the rolling boulder.
Oh, what?
And he actually turns around and smacks G down, makes it all the worse. So Nico, unfortunately, not level 6. Maybe could have saved him there if that was the case, but that General's like, you know what, I'm happy.
Yeah, G is just, I feel for him right now.
Oh.
Oracle gets the kill here, level 3 Purifying Flames.
It does a lot of damage there, and
yeah, it's a very good burst.
Nice little forgiving heal there. Comes out to help Artstyle, but eventually they
fight that never ends.
to get him. Yeah, really.
Enchantress, pretty hard to live against a max rage armlet lifestealer now as well, as he gets it delivered.
Oh my god, he's going to nuke down FNG as well. So Nico, great 1-2 punch. He gets that, and he's finding a place to TP. We'll be able to make it away. G sees him. Can he burst him? No, he can't.
He cannot. And Soneko is such a player. He just keeps finding a lot of stuff going for his team. And he could go for... Okay, he goes for the urn. I thought maybe, they wouldn't go for a second urn. But Aetherlens would probably have been a great item. Maybe just miscommunication here.
Yeah, I mean, I love Urn on Oracle. You put it together with his False Promise, and you're going to get a ridiculous amount of guaranteed heal.
Yeah, it's just the Night Stalker already has one.
Yeah.
But I guess it's Na'Vi versus VP. There are going to be enough kills for you to fill all these urn charges.
True.
Maybe that's the reasoning, Not a misplay, just calculated.
But I love the way he knows how to work that Purifying Flames. Even at level 3, the damage burst is 270, but the cooldown only 2.25 seconds. You're definitely getting 2 of them off. So you're looking at a finger of death right away for a level 3 Purifying Flames.
Yeah, pretty much. If you time the Fortune Send very nicely as well, you can deal so much. Oh, here we go again. The 2 top farmers of VP.
Digger Raw, though, steps in with a good Blade Fury. Aloha Dance is a bit of trouble. He gets the False Promise
timing
off, but they turn it right back around. Big Ravage plays, so Nico will be going down, and they're going to be looking for Digger Raw as well. He has no mana for the Omni, but it looks like he will be able to hustle away from the trouble.
Top lane, General going in for a dive as well. Going after his Earth Spirit. He does not have a roll.
Oh, I think turning back for that silence might have been too greedy, and he will end up going down.
Yeah, there was no option for him. He was just,
he had a
was
wand,
called.
so I don't know, maybe hoping out for the Rolling Boulder to come back up, but you're right.
There was no help coming for him, though. No cavalry for this Earth Spirit. And, this is VP really playing nice with the Titan.
Now they spotted Yoku, Ditya, no mana for the Omni Slash, but Dendi will be able to step in. He's got those boots of travel, hops right onto the back of the tomato, and Yoku will be going down. Na'Vi back on the warpath here. Boost up now to 10-7 kill score.
Yeah, good kills being found, sadly. Soneko not close enough to fill his urn charges there. But Tinker now is definitely coming online. They were struggling in the farm department, but Tinker is starting to shoot up there. And getting a lot of kills on the back as well.
Dendi always seems to have a constant trend of the way he likes to itemize, obviously going for the blink, and then he likes to go for the luxury sheep stick here. Is that something he is fine for him to go for again, or do you think a change up on the build would be better for him?
I'm pretty positive I know what items he will go for. It's what Miracle does a lot and what every Tinker player does a lot right now. It's just going to be the Blink Dagger into Aetherlens, into Hex. It's what Dendi did before. And it works really great. I think that would be a good solution to the Queen or Lifestealer. Chain disabling them and just bursting them down.
Speaking of Queen and Lifestealer, Queen's got the Lifestealer in her back. And they're going to do a pop bomb here on the Ditya Raw.
They're going.
Boom, bang, bong. See you later.
And that ulti is not gonna miss. G, he needs these rotations to start working out for him.
Yeah.
1, 2, and 1 on his queen now, but he's on the board with a kill at least.
And they'll be able to follow it up with a +1, taking down that tier 1 tower. So
yeah,
nice little bring back, because Na'Vi were finally taking back the net worth lead, but this one will get VP back in the positive.
Yeah. VP are really fighting for this. I mean, they're on the edge of being eliminated here. They need to take 2 consecutive wins against Na'Vi to stay in this.
Very tough. They were able to kind of push past No Diggity yesterday after a very long day of Dota. We were here till like, what, 2 in the morning to finish out the games. Obviously, VP hustling back to get rested and ready for this matchup.
And I love both these teams as well.
Yeah.
Like, I'm a massive fan of FNG and Dandy, so it's hard for me to pick who I, want to win even. But I just wish to see, great play like in Game 1 for a team to be able to go up against OG in the Grand Finals. And so far, this is looking a lot better than the last time they met. Oh, Ditya
Yeah,
bottom.
he has Omni,
Runs away.
but he will be able to kind of back out in a way here. So VP definitely kind of putting the pressure on him and taking advantage of the fact that Na'Vi pretty lacking on the vision, Waga. They have that mid lane ward, but outside of that, they're stuck kind of in the dark here. So we'll see. If Sonico has some wards in his stash, ready to kind of change that a bit. I do see another ward over here up in the side shop.
Yeah, they do have 2 wards, so...
not too much defensive vision, I guess. So Versus Pro just kind of, trying to remain in the dark and going on the aggressive.
Well, sometimes the deep vision is going to show the rotations early, and, like, deep wards are harder to get down, but they're also much higher value than putting a ward in your own jungle. That's why you see same thing on VP. They're trying to get into the enemy jungle and ward that, so you see the rotations early. But you can also be detected when you do that, so it's hard to get really aggressive with it. Mid tower, gonna fall here if no one comes to defend. General poking at it, and the creeps.
Bit nervous because that glyph comes out, but it looks like he will be able to step in and clean it up.
And she actually last hits. Artstyle is like, oh, you're an armlets, face boots, Night Stalker? I'll just last hit with my my Hell Caller, the Tormentor. He used to be a Hell Caller.
Hell Caller?
Yeah.
Is that from Dota 1?
I don't know. That was like, wasn't that his Dota 2 name as well for a while?
I just remember back in the day, you used to walk past
I think that was the
camps.
Warcraft name, probably.
Yeah.
For the, yeah.
I remember Dota 1 when you walk past the neutral camps, they would just auto-use spells. It didn't matter how many were around.
That's a long time ago.
That was like Mana League. What the hell, creep?
You're old school.
Here.
Do you remember the Kobold Taskmaster having Bash? That was a long time ago.
The creeps used to fall asleep at night, too.
And Mana Burn you.
Oh, good times.
The jungle used to be a dangerous place, and it still is, as VP are looking here for a Night Stalker, but he gets out. Night Vision, gonna keep him safe.
Yeah, they pull back out. Looks like they'll be good for now as they have a bit of a reset here for themselves. But yeah, obviously Virtus Pro, they want to kind of put the pedal to the metal here as they try to find stuff. Denny's going to continue to do his Tinker thing here. So his worth continues to go up and up and up. And he's already going to try to lay down these March of the Machines so that the push towards this tier 1 is not going to be too easy.
Yeah, this is the hard part about pushing into Tinker, and here comes the counter aggression. Na'Vi running in.
They're looking to hustle here. Aloha Dance, silence up.
Link on tight though.
No fear, nice. Done. Hop, follow-up, Ravage, Magnetize. Oh boy! Virtus Pro could pull out a hell of a fight here. But Na'Vi do survive. The missiles fly out from Denny as they try to burst him down. The Omni Slash will be coming out, but they'll get the burst and they'll take down Ditya, the only casualty of this fight so far, surprisingly. But finally, it looks like they'll be able to get the follow-up. 3 hit the deck all day. Sonic Wave for Sonico, but he's going to get the earn off fast. Denny coming back from the fountain. He has mana to work with now. March is going to be going out, and they're going to be able to take 3 from the side of Virtus Pro here. Looks like it's paying off nicely. They could get 4 for General. He toggles a bit, but it's not going to be enough. Looks like a 4-for-2 trade. Double kill for G. My God, to start that fight with the Boulder Smash, Ravage, Magnetize, that was sweet and six.
Oh yeah, that was beautiful combination. And they didn't get the Queen ulti used very early there for that combo. If he had it off cooldown, that would have been even better. But just beautiful use of the first Blink Dagger team fight here for VP. Na'Vi, they were the ones to smoke in, but they were told that was not their fight to take.
Yeah, that worked out really well for Virtus Pro. I mean, they were trying to get a hold of the Lifestealer back on his own. It felt like he was far from his friends, but they had plenty of time to be able to kind of check it out. Let's check this again. This was just wonderful to see. They're hustling in, but a beautiful border smash, and that's when they make their jump. Ravage, roll in, magnetize. Though they have Dendi and Arsa on the outside bringing good damage, it's just the damage had been done by Virtus Pro.
Yeah, and it's just so hard to kill them here. The Armlet Lifestealer just walks in. The Omnislash doesn't really do too much, and he immediately dies again. The double damage rune on the Queen as well did a ton of work. And it just doesn't seem that they can bring someone down. Focusing the ES first and then the Tide, these are heroes that are really tanky. So VP just having their way here.
After this fight, this puts Virtus.pro obviously right back on the map. Things even up as far as net worth goes.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, obviously, this is the ticket they needed. Is it good enough for now, or do they still need to push to get more?
Well, they need to get rid of the mid tower. That's, to me, the big thing. If they can get rid of the mid tower, then that opens up the map more for them, and they can look towards easy Roshans. But as it is right now, Dendi's still having a good game and big impacts. And, yeah, it's just a phenomenal game so far.
We are going to have a bit of a pause. I'm not sure this was the reason, but at the moment we have one of the players who needs to relieve themselves. Taking a bit of a bathroom break, I can understand. It's a very anxious game.
Yeah, it's a nervous game.
So, you know, it does mean a lot, so we'll wait for him to come back here. So they're at good timing now, but what is the next peaking window, let's say, for Na'Vi? Dendi had recently picked up his Blink Dagger, had it for the fight, obviously. Is that enough to kind of take it to the next phase, or are they waiting for something else? I mean,
the way I look at it right now is you need to get some item on the Juggernaut. He doesn't really have any farm right now. He only has the drums, face boots. You know, he doesn't really have enough to dictate the fights. He's just being brought down really easily. So somehow slow the game down, push out the side lanes with the Tinker, allow the Juggernaut to recover. Because DreamHack, he knows what he's doing. He's really fast at farming when he gets some space.
Yeah.
But VP have been all over this place.
What should he go for? It doesn't feel like a typical like Battle Fury kind of a game at this point.
Could even just go for the Manta into Diffusal. I think that's probably the best option here.
Okay.
I agree that Battle Fury is not going to be so good because that's too greedy, especially when you have Tinker pushing out the creep wave so much.
Yeah.
And Manta Diffusal is just tons of damage, plays nicely towards the enemy silence. You can, Manta that off as well. We'll see what he decides to itemize.
Yeah, his damage at the moment just seems to pale in comparison. When you look at someone like Aloha Dance, he already has his armlet. He even has a Sange right now, so he's going to be going for the SNY build-up. Really battle-oriented, very, very fast.
And hard to play, Enchantress or Oracle against as well. Because when this Lifestealer runs in, raging up, slowing one of you down, how do you get out of that? How do you survive? Even if you use the Oracle ulti, he's still gonna hit you. He's gonna deal more damage than you can possibly heal.
Do you get maybe a Force Staff, find ways to kite and get away from the Lifestealer? That could be a bit beneficial.
Force Staff, yeah, kiting is definitely always the weakness of Lifestealer, so getting a Force Staff would be amazing. But the question is, who's gonna be able to farm that? I still think that double earn pickup kind of hurt them. By the way, he should probably just sell that, get rid of it.
And she can get it, and then she can get that Hurricane Pike, Waga.
Oh yeah, that's true.
You were talking about how much you love that item before you.
It's a fun item. It's just not a good item very often. It's good if you're already winning, but there's a lot of items that are good when you already won.
Here comes Virtus.pro, smoked up. DreamHack though, that sense. He's going to try to make it out, and he will.
Yeah, very good spin TP out, and he realizes it was not safe to stay, and that's smoke pretty much wasted here for VP. They do control the enemy jungle, but your jungle is being farmed up by Tinker, and Night Stalker is also running around.
And you're right, Dendi is just about done with that Ether Lens.
It's really nice to get. I was talking to Miracle yesterday about which hero he thinks is the most fun to play right now. He's like, definitely Tinker. And we talked about the Ether Lens and how it allows you to actually use the laser, get some more damage into the team fights, and it just enables you to do so much more.
I want to ask you a meta question. While we have a small lull in this game, on that note of Tinker here, walking away from this event, the next big event is going to be the Manila Major. Do you think we're going to be seeing a lot of Tinker there?
I definitely think we could, yeah. The hero allows you to control the game in a different way. So I think, for sure, it could be a Manila hero, but even more so, I think the tanky heroes is still going to stay around.
I only hope so because there's a lot of teams who have a lot of players who could play that hero really damn good at that major. Arteezy even, Sumail's had his hand at it. While the Chinese team definitely has their share of Tinker pros.
Every single mid player has to have practiced it during this patch, though, because it's just so strong. I mean, you need to spam that hero if you really want to become a good mid player of the patch, I think. There are a few heroes, that you can rely on, but Tinker just brings so much to your team.
Virtus.pro are going to make their move for the Roche, it looks like here. They have a respectable Roche lineup, but the only real damage seems to be coming from Aloha Dance, so it is going to take some time.
It's not that fast, and you also see DreamHack just hitting away at the mid tier 2 tower. And they're coming in for this. They're trying to stop it.
Yep. General's hanging about right now. He has that extra bit of vision here.
Oh, this is hard for VP.
Yeah, they're
in a weird
nervous.
spot.
They might just have to pull out, and it looks like they will. This is a bit too awkward for him. They are going to get healed up from the mech. No Fear, though, very low already. Dendy starts laying out these marches and missiles, and Virtus Pro are just might have to step back and reevaluate the situation. Though G, infested up, has the Orchid, has the Sonic Wave level 2 good to go
but
here.
Look at the HP on the Earth Spirit. He has no HP here, no Urn Shard is available, and they don't have a healer on their team to, you know, bring him up. They don't have Enchantress or Oracle. So just those rocket spams, it really hurts their next team fight here.
I mean, I guess at that point, Earth Spirit, you just dive in, get magnetized off, and just
Pretty
hope
much,
that's enough.
but then you're an instant kill as well, so it's risky. And Na'Vi just going back to the lanes here. They realize this Roche is not very quick, and we can still just bother them. I love what Na'Vi are doing right now.
Yeah.
Reacting really well.
Yeah, Dendy goes top and helps try to secure that tier 2 in the top lane as much as possible.
Yeah,
the creeps do the job. But now he's able to come right back in. So Nico does get hit from the Sonic Wave, and you're right, he will go down promptly. Is that going to be enough for Virtus Pro to move in and kind of finish the job, though?
He got too close to the sun for sure with Soneko there. You're just an Oracle. He wants to sit in the back line.
Denny wants to get close to put the marches inside the pit, but obviously can be a bit risky.
They take so much damage from his Roshan, though. They're trying to bring it down, but he's slamming them. He's fighting. Roshan is trying to live here. They're going to give up in the end, Na'Vi. Going to back out and let them have the Roche. And the Queen should take it. Or actually, yeah, she does.
Had to work hard for it, though.
They did, and that was, you know, costly. You lose the top tower, you know, it takes forever. It's just not a very clean Roche. Oh, Nightstalker just going in here.
Yeah, just made a man fight. FNG just
like, you guys are supports.
Beats her down. Okay, well now they'll have help. They show up. They look to get redemption for the Crystal Maiden, and they will do so.
A quick taxi in with the Lifestealer and the Queen. They have really good reinforcement between the Blink on Tide and Blink on Queen. They just get there so quick.
Plus Rolling Boulder. I mean, everyone from the team can pretty much be there at a moment's notice if necessary. What do Virtus Pro need to do now with this Aegis in hand? Are they looking to push? They can clear out, obviously, the Tier 1 mid and top.
If they get both the Tier 1 towers, that would be, you know, enough. But maybe they could even try to push more. The question is, how do you find Tinker? You need to stop him from split pushing this. Oh, Queen has vision here. They could get a dive on him, maybe.
Oh, he blinks right next to G, and G is just... Huh?
He's like, well,
okay,
I can't stop you. I don't have don't have those kind of tools.
And that will be the end of it. They will lose that Tier 1, and we'll have to see what the next move for Virtus Pro is going to be at this point. While DreamHack is still split pushing here.
He's going for the Battle Fury.
He's going for the Battle Fury.
Yeah, he's going back for it. It's still a very great item in terms of just, you know, being able to farm up the next item.
Yeah.
And DPS-wise, it's not bad at all. But I do think that the Manta into Diffusal could have been safer here, maybe. We'll see how it goes.
Oh, Dendy sees trouble, and he's dead. Wow. Aloha Dance showing that manpower now.
Yeah, he got into a very bad spot there. Never want to be next to a Lifestealer, just hitting away at you. Hard to get out of that, especially with Earth Spirit stopping your rearm.
G mid lane is able to get the Orchid off on General, and G blinks out from any sort of potential trouble.
Yeah, he has the Aegis as well, so he's feeling pretty safe. Oh, they're chasing him.
They might lose their Aegis right now, though. Oh, but a nice jump in from Yoku. Ravage. Sonic Wave follow-up from Virtus Pro will take a lot of damage on General, and they'll get the finish. Meanwhile, back and behind, Soniko will also drop after the false promise.
Oh, I feel bad for him there. He turned off the armlet right as the Shadow Strike comes in, because he already had one Shadow Strike on him ticking. So he tried to time it to that, but the second one will get him. 3 heroes down, and that's going to be enough to take a Tier 2 tower, most likely. But they're actually stealing Ancients instead.
They go back, they'll group up the Ancients that are being stacked up, I imagine, for Ditya as Battle Fury. He continues to push out this bottom lane. But yeah, Virtus Pro looking to make the most here, pushing forward. They don't really have the strongest pushing lineup, I guess. I mean, Lifestealer can hit it pretty hard. That Desolator will help a bit, but, you know...
Yeah, they need to get items. Plenty of items on the Lifestealer, and maybe some on Queen as well before they push that well. She has an entire BKB flying out as well on Queen. So big items coming in.
Oh, Archstyle gets hit with a nice little boulder smash there from No Fear, and that will set up G to jump in and pop the bomb.
They have so great heroes against Archstyle. I mean, Na'Vi, when you show that you're going to pick Enchantress this early, you can just draft around it, right?
Yeah.
Lifestealer just kills her so easily. The Tidehunter has great damage against her with a physical Anchor Smash. The Queen, tons of burst damage. Very hard to be Ench in this game.
And Virtus Pro will walk away with a Tier 2. That was a Tier 1 and a Tier 2 mid and stolen Ancients.
Yep.
And another more Ancients.
Ancients are being stolen by both teams, actually, as Ditya he takes the enemy Ancients as well.
You're right. I mean, Ditya has been uncontested farming on the side during this whole period, knowing that he can't really participate in stopping these pushes and stopping the aggression from Virtus Pro. So he's trying to be somewhat of an insurance policy for Na'Vi at the end of the day here. we'll just have to see if the pacing's working out. And I got to say, I mean, Battle Fury and nearly 2K gold.
Yeah, I mean, Juggernaut really does get very strong later on against the Lifesteal carry. So he could definitely out-carry him, and that's where the Battle Fury build could be the correct choice, because he's given so much space right now. He's been farming non-stop since he completed this, and they can't really catch him that well. Tinker's always pushing out the sidelines as well.
And speaking of Tinker, Dendy, he's going for the Agnums build-up. No sheep this time.
It's a lovely item. It's tons of more damage, and bouncing lasers could be good here.
Oh, yeah.
Because there's so much 5-manning going on from VP, and longer cast range from the Aetherlands allows this laser to be really used to massive effect. We'll see if it works out for him. I still think the Hex could maybe have been good, but then he has to be close to a fight as well.
Yeah.
That puts him in danger.
We'll see. Maybe a future luxury item, but at this moment, General popping out the darkness here. He's pretty close to Aloha Dance. Like 2 ships in the night, if you will.
Yeah, they're running. General just going for a TP out.
Yeah.
Gotta be safe.
He's good. He makes it back. Pings out in mid lane, though, as Na'Vi will kind of put their attention that way.
This Lifesteal looking scary for him, though. I said that Juggernaut can be good against Lifesteal later on, but man, oh man, he has a few items on him, and they're going for a tier 2 tower. But no real trades available for Na'Vi this time.
Aloha Dance sitting with nearly 1 luxury item ahead of where the Jug is at the moment, and now begins to assault this tier 2.
And he's played some good Lifestealer earlier this tournament as well. And once the Lifestealer gets his next damage item, heroes disappear very quickly. And if he gets MKB even outside of Rage, he cannot be controlled by laser.
Yeah.
So you need to get to that point when you have Hex to control him.
Yeah. Otherwise, Dendy will be just kind of stuck standing there. A little robot man who can't offer a lot to stop the mighty Lifestealer, but he does finish the Ags.
Yeah, and that gives them a ton of teamfight potential right now, where Na'Vi, their draft was not so good for teamfighting up till this point, but this is great timing for just holding high ground. The rockets are going to be amazing.
Ooh. No Fear crosses past with Ditya Ra here. He does get off the quick silence.
He has Blink on the Juggernaut.
He could.
But he's going to back out.
Yeah, he does not want to go for anything too hasty here, and a Blink Omni on No Fear. He'll just walk away with what it is and go back into the grind of farm. But look at this. Yoku hanging about, infested up, looking for the jump ravage bomb, if you will.
Oh, he finds art style.
And there's the pop. There's the infestation art style.
There used to be an art style around there.
I think so.
He is gone. Cannot find him anywhere.
Little lady will go down, and
this pipe pickup on Tides is something I really love, by the way. The refresher is always a great item later on for Tide, and now being able to use 2 pipes and stacking that, you know, you mitigate a lot of damage. Oh, the solo kill?
Oh,
no!
Doesn't matter. Dendy will be there. No Fear steps in. Gets off the Magnetize just to say, okay, bye.
That looked scary for a while. If they didn't get that kill, that would have been really sad. But 738 gold to Tinker. That pickoff on the unstoppable streak.
And suddenly he's got nearly 2.6K. So maybe a sheepstick is not going to be far off if it's something he decides to go for after this. We'll have to see.
Want to mention how G had a very good recovery as well in this game, because we were giving him, you know, like we pointed out some things that did not go his way in the early game. He was 1-2-1, he missed Queen ulti, you know, he got brought down, blinked aggressively, and just got nuked. But he had an amazing recovery, and he's looking pretty firm now.
Oh, absolutely. After that Orchid, he got his BKB, still at a fresh 10 seconds, and it looks like he might be building up into his own. Sheepstick now to work with here.
Look at No Fear. He's being sneaky here. He knows there's a lot of split push going on, so if he just gets some help, maybe they can bring down, you know, whoever stays up here, if it's Night Stalker or Juggernaut.
Top tower is under attack.
And he also recognizes the power of just making sure you get that Blink Dagger, too.
Yep.
Secure, like, your stun combo and silence setup without having to worry about that slow rock.
We talked about how Crit likes to go for that build, and, you know, we hit him up about it earlier, and he said, yeah, it's, you know, the stun is so slow now, it really helps the initiation. And initiation is definitely something they have. The Queen
Blink.
He's
going to go for the Yules, too. It's the same exact build that Crit's been going for. Blink to Yules.
Interesting.
Oh, he spots General. Nice stun, silent setup. The rest of the team will be there by his side. He tries to go for the BKB TP, but that ain't happening.
That is very, very painful. That was a 10-second BKB used, and he dies. And all that because of the anti-Tinker ward, in fact, which turned out to be an anti-Night Stalker ward.
Yeah.
Going for more here. Sneaky.
FNG, bottom lane, infested up also. Funny.
Snako is just scouting them here with his Invis rune as well. So they saw their rotations.
Very peculiar here. Look at FNG. He's going to Glimmer Bomb.
Dendy.
Glimmer Bomb. Steps in. They're going to get Dendy. Boom. You don't see that very often.
The Crystal Maiden Infest Bomb. Let's call it that. That's a beautiful initiation.
That was fun to see.
Yeah, not if you're
Not if you're
a fan of Navi and Dandy. Poor guy.
Oh, but top lane, they're looking for a bit of redemption here. Yoku and G both taking the big Omni. Nice timing with the Ravage to follow up. And they will be able to get the burst down for Soniko. And Dia looks like he'll be going up as a follow. Man, Virtus Pro, one hell of a strike back here.
That's the second time he does such a perfect timing on the Ravage against Juggernaut. That's not easy to do.
No.
Big credit to Yoku. He plays these heroes so well. Axe, Magnus, and Tidehunter. He really knows what he's doing on them. And Darkseer, of course.
Almost feels like off lane is the spot for him.
Yeah, almost feels like that's where he truly shines. Oh, he's a monster player for sure.
Absolutely. But, you know, mild harassment happens at the same moment for the bottom lane. Virtus Pro really getting a lot done across the board here. Makes it a bit nervous for Dendy to kind of go out there and try to split push these lanes now. When you're seeing stuff like that happen, you're kind of like thinking twice now where you're safe.
I mean, he was standing on the creep, on the lane though, so it's kind of a suit yourself kind of scenario. But you just have to hide in the trees more. Be sneaky. There are anti-tinker wards, but not all over the map.
And now Virtus Pro will be able to claim the second Roche of the game.
And they put the Aegis again over the side of Queen, and that's 3 tomes coming out. FNG is going to be doing some study. Actually, 2 tomes. I think he bought and sold once. 2 tomes. He's going to study up and get high level on this Crystal Maiden.
Yep, helps get to that level 11. Now close to level 12, where you make that hard jump. And
yeah, that 2,200 experience hump, it's pretty hard. But level 12 to 13 is easier. Just 800. The scaling of the levels in Dota doesn't always seem so fair. It does make sense, though. Tinker pushing out top lane, just keeping these lanes pushed back. Have to be really careful now that Aegis is up on VP. And yeah, he's going again. Just a lower dance on his infests. He's really just not that picky. I think he has infested everyone in his team at some point now.
yeah, everyone could be a vehicle.
Yeah. Oh, you look like a nice car for me. Sure.
Let's make it work.
The Crystal Maiden got the movement speed.
Nice thing for Na'Vi is when the pressure does come their way, you know, with the help of Tinker, you got some good high ground defense, but okay, there it is, mid lane. They're going to make their jump. They're looking to go for the general here, and they will be able to get him down. The follow-up could be Soniko. He gets the self-pop promise. He goes for an admirable TP, but that is not happening.
Yeah, he is dead. Bottom lane, though, FNG fighting for his life here.
Can they at least get a Crystal Maiden? Oh, yes, they can. A forgiving kill on that one. Na'Vi will take what they can at this point and walk away.
They thought that was a single, Earth Spirit as he goes in here.
Whoa, deep commitment from Virtus Pro, and they will take down Ditcher Raw Aloha Dance. Triple kill. Yoku says, let's not stop here.
That's a little bit too much.
This is a bit too much, Virtus Pro.
Aghanims Tinker is doing work now.
What did Fly say yesterday? Sometimes you go full divide. They go in real good. Then he gets a double. Aloha Dance could be hitting over a huge bounty if he goes down. It looks like he may.
They are chasing. He has to armlet, but he has to stay away.
He is fast. Can he make it away from this one? Oh, because there's a re-engage. Blink back. Impetus.
Oh, that hurts. Armlet toggles are on point.
He is toggling away. They're going to have to settle. It looks like for G possibly instead. Dendy makes the hustle for that. Gets that.
That was so nice. They took over a creep so Tinker could TP in with the Enchantress. Beautiful.
But they're not going to be able to catch up with Aloha Dance here. They might be able to get G on his second life.
Oh, he has to blink. They're getting away.
Make it away.
Wow, they're really trying to catch anyone here. VP, they don't have to pay much for that dive, but that looks like it could be terrible after that Ravage.
Oh my god, that could have been a nightmare for them.
Yoku just getting a little bit too ahead of himself there. Going in with the Ravage that deep into the enemy territory, right by the fountain. That's some ambition.
Like Fly said, sometimes you see the blood right there and you just go full divide.
His eyes went red.
Yeah, you can't stop. You just got to go, go, go. I mean, at that point, let's say the Ravage turns out to be successful. I mean, that could have been as good as game almost. It felt like with the racks being secured and...
Could have been. But
woulda, coulda, shoulda.
Exactly, and that's when Tinker Aghanims really pays off. In those kind of scenarios, when every enemy is in your base, in vision, and you can just bounce the laser, get the rockets on everyone.
While sitting in fountain, just
exactly.
Get it all out there. Yeah, that's lovely.
But luckily, at least they kept the big cores alive. Losing the Tidehunter does hurt, but
I mean, 10 and 1 Lifestealer, if they get him down, there is a purse waiting for him. That's
definitely. There's a bounty on his head.
But this time he will avoid the trouble.
And he's actually going for an interesting build here. Went for Assault Cuirass, which, you know, is great with the Desolator. And now going into the Reavers, probably a Heart coming up here.
Is it interesting because it almost feels too defensive, too tanky, and not enough damage? Or
could be. I think the MKB could have been great here, especially as he can close distance so easily with all these different infest vehicles, as you say. I think the MKB could have paid off more. We'll see, though. He is hard to bring down. We saw how they tried and chased him, but tons of armor, tons of HP.
And fast, 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 fast. So
fast.
Let's see here, though. G is going to be the one to put him up on his back, and we'll see if they find an opening here for Na'Vi, who are hanging out nearby. There's going to be the jump commitment here, and they make quick work of Sunico. They're looking to follow up in general, and that's been the story of this latter portion of the game. They take the 2 down, and they continue to look for more.
Okay, they're at least going to back out. Not going to get art style here, but it is worrisome how much damage they deal to this poor Earth Spirit. Or poor Night Stalker when he gets close.
Rockets flying here.
Yeah. They know the word is there now at least, but again, that was a very good fight for VP. Staying in lead. A lot of weight on the Juggernaut's shoulders right now, because Tinker can only do so much. He cannot single-handedly carry a game.
Yep.
He can definitely do tons defensively. He can buy the entire Hex now as well, but someone has to bring physical damage to the team.
Yeah. He's doing his best to try to stall things out as much as possible. He continues to put attention towards this top lane, forcing Virtus.pro to kind of second-guess their commitments on making a push towards the high ground. But you're stalling out for this Jug to kind of be the one to put the team on the back right now. And he does not look like he matches up to the beast that is this lifestealer.
He's not a man fighter right now. He could maybe catch out the Queen of Pain if she makes an aggressive blink and gets isolated. He can blink in and punish that with Omnislash immediately, for sure. But it is kind of hard for him to ban fight anything at this point. But he's getting there. He has 2,300 gold along with the ultimate orb. And most likely the Manta style coming in, though. They have 2 silences over on the side of on VP and Frostbite, so some big things to disengage.
Eventually, Na'Vi will be forced to deny that bottom tier 3 tower, so Raxes will be exposed for any sort of future push from Virtus.pro, but we could see them kind of go into a bit of a reset, grind out some farm, and wait just for the next Roche to come up, maybe? Have the extra life before they make another push?
I think that's what VP are doing, but at the same time, this is playing into what Na'Vi want to do. They just want to slow down the game, control the map. You know, you have the Tinker pushing out lanes, Juggernaut being hard to catch with the Blink Dagger. Yeah, and there we have average highest last hit for Tinker. Eternal Envy is up there at the highest. Quite a big lead, in fact. Dendi is the 3rd after RTZ. Farmers everywhere.
Yeah, and we'll have to see, as we were talking about before, if the Manila Major will be another Tinker show, and see if some of those records could be broken.
We definitely have a very high CS on this Tinker, though. I mean, we're just 38 minutes in, and he has 373. So he is doing a lot of the lane pushing the entire game here. Seems they're mobilizing for some tier 2 tower action here with VP.
Quick question, though, for back to Tinker again. Players who play it, though, and as the game goes on, is there any sort of hand fatigue when you have to do all that work? I mean it's a lot.
I talked to Shane about it earlier. This and Invoker, they are the carpal tunnel syndrome heroes.
Oh my god, I bet.
It really is. I mean, I spammed Tinker a ton this patch already, and it's some stress. I don't think it affects you in a single game, but afterwards.
Denny's been around the block for gaming in Dota for quite a while. I'm sure his hands are already made of rock. So but I'm sure also there could be fatigue in those hands, doing a lot of Tinker work here, hopping, bopping in and out, blinks, TPs, Marta machines.
This heart on Lifesteer really helps, by the way, against the spam from Tinker.
Yeah,
the rockets and everything, he can just sustain this now. We talked earlier about how there's no heal on the side of VP apart from the urn, and now he has this self-sufficient life regen.
He's really at like critical mass, 3.6k HP. He's got
he is a monster.
31 armor right now.
It is hard to say what he wants to do next, though. I mean, going into Travels is the obvious thing, but I wonder if he would need almost a Blink Dagger of his own, because you can't always rely on infesting, and sometimes he does get kited pretty hard. Respawn is coming up soon for Roshan.
Oh, it's a Scotty pickup, not the Manta here. So more stats here for the Jug.
Okay. It's an interesting choice. I still worry that he could just... I mean, right now, if you just drop a silence on him, he cannot do anything in the fight. The Hex is there as well available. That would, of course, not be solved by Manta, but 2 different silence sources. This is brave. Definitely brave by Ditya.
We'll see how it turns out for them here. Virtus.pro, though, waiting out the front door of this Roche pit.
The good thing for Juggernaut is that he has the Blink Dagger to lead with, so he doesn't have to be in the front line until he wants to engage. And then he just blinks in, leads with the ultimate, and takes the fight from there. So, in a sense, he's still hard to prevent from ulting.
Now, Verspro not going to be waiting around long for this Roche, even though to their benefit, it was a pretty small timer. So it's up now and ready to go. They'll just keep these lanes pushed forward so that they can maybe double back and grab up that Aegis real fast. But it ain't going to be easy to push forward with, Tinker kind of doing his thing on one lane and Ditya doing another on the top.
Little side mention that the AoE from VP is going to get even stronger now as Shivas is almost up on Tidehunter. Now he actually will send it out on Courier, most likely, so he has the gold.
Oh, he commits in here for art style. Might be able
Ult
to
is
get
coming
him.
in, though.
Yeah, so Nico gets him with the false promise, which gets him out from the stun. He steps back and away. Now Ditya steps in. Blade Fury about, but my God, they do a lot of damage. He'll be possibly going down, but is he going to be able to get the Omni up?
Man.
Aloha Dance, though, eats a lot of the Omni. They will force him to the low ground. Very nicely done, but Dendy continues to dish out the rockets.
And he gets in the car.
He is
the getaway car.
This is it. They have no more Jug to defend. He's out, no buyback, Waga.
Yeah, and that is Ravage available still. So they have Ravage, they have Magnetize, they have CM ulti, tons of big things available here. And they're looking...
Good luck,
looking really evil here. Yep.
He's going to have to get in there and
have
try
fun,
his best to slow them down.
Time to carry.
First Pro are looking to get quick kills, take our center racks, and probably pull back for the Roche soon.
They buy back the inch, but I don't think it makes a difference right now.
It really won't.
Well, obviously, you kind of have to buy back because your tier 2 towers are gone. They're just going to keep going. This is going to be mega creeps if you don't contest it. So you somehow need to put a stop to this VP lineup.
Virtus Pro make their move. And
still 60 seconds, though. That's a long time.
Yeah.
They should be wanting to do more during this time of Juggernaut being down.
Looks like instead of pulling off for the Roche, they'll take the advantage of that 50 seconds here and make another go towards the mid lane. Dendy just march, trying his best. Keep these creeps backing away here. Arcyle poking from the high ground a bit. General trying to restrict the vision as much as possible. Anything they can to stop Virtus Pro. Virtus Pro, though, they want to be able to take this to a game
Ravage.
3.
Dendy.
They move in. They get the Ravage magnetized. Follow-up. Dendy's in trouble. So Nico will be able to save with the false promise. He tries to make it to the fountain to get the most of the heal. Will he be able to get that recovery?
He does.
He will. But
oh,
the
he doesn't.
damage has not been done.
That
Dendy's down. He has to buy back now. Virtus Pro, though, going for the second set of racks here, and I don't think there's any stopping him.
They're just going. Everyone is just falling within seconds. That lifesteal is doing tons of damage. Dendy might get some recovery kills here, but out of mana. Out of mana now. Cannot pursue.
Virtus Pro step back.
Yeah, and they're going back in. Lifesteal is like, I'm full HP. I can keep fighting.
He's got like 6K gold. They have a Roche up waiting for him.
Everything just working out here for VP.
I mean, Na'Vi might be at the point where they'll wait for the Jug and everybody get back and give it one last try to defend here, but Dendy will be able to get a kill on the No Fear.
Aloha Dance just gives him the peace, I'm out. Earth Spirit gets sold by his teammate.
Ditya blinks in aggressively here. Has to Omni. It gets quickly canceled out from the Glimmer. And this Na'Vi trying their damnedest. They could be put into a final fight situation sooner than they expected. Ditya, though, determined, making his move for FNG at least. FNG says, I'm going to pull out the freezing field, and Ditya dead again, Waga. Going to be out, no buyback. This
poor guy, he can't even kill the Crystal Maiden at this point. The Anchor Smash lowers his damage so much. There's just no way out here for Na'Vi. VP are really taking this back in similar fashion to game 1. Wouldn't say as dominant, but I mean, looking at the way they play, the way they take the team fights, I think VP are looking really solid.
They got their Aegis, boys. Let's heal up. Let's grab our final items. Let's trot down this top lane and let's end this game.
Cheese is well available now, so you really have a hard time bringing down anyone. It's pretty much a Crystal Maiden and ES that you can kill. The rest of them are just going to be very hard targets.
Dendy Bly's up for a Bloodstone here, which will help a little bit on the respawn timer since he doesn't have buyback anymore.
It is a great item, but
he might already be in trouble. Whew. Has to blink back and away after a quick rearm. Lasers will start flying out, but G makes his committed move, has the sheep. Dendy will get saved up from Sohiko. I don't think there's going to be enough healing power unless he makes himself into the fountain, which he will be able to get off. But already, VP
he's still dead.
Readjusting. You're right. He dies. No
lower
buyback.
hands,
And they've done it.
damage.
Virtus Pro, man. They say we're not going down that easy.
Yeah, VP gonna feel confident about that one. So they bring it back. Again, we have a 3-game series. It continues.
DreamLeague.
And we're down to the final game here between VP and Na'Vi. Great game 1. VP bring it back, though, and take down Na'Vi in a pretty dominant fashion in game 2. Now it's all about game 3. What can they bring to the table? I'm really excited for this series.
I have to say, it did feel like Na'Vi had a pretty good start, though. I mean, they lost their courier. Denny was able to get a couple of kills. We were talking about how G was struggling quite a bit.
Yes.
But what was the big turnaround, you think, for Virtus Pro to be able to kind of just take the game
turnaround
back?
was the farm, right?
Yeah.
The early game, some things looked good. You shut down the Queen, but Lifesteer and Tidehunter were top farmers by so much. They were getting tons of farm. And when Tidehunter gets an early mech, you just cannot kill him anymore. Your physical damage is not going to be enough. Anchor Smash denies most of it. And you have great lineup against the Enchantress. I think this is the most important part, because Enchantress did not have the impact that we're known to see from Na'Vi.
Yeah, almost felt like a bit of a non-factor that game.
Yeah,
that's rare to see from our style.
Rage on Lifestealer is great against her. The Tide kills her really easily. Even the Queen, and actually Earth Spirit as well. There's a lot of damage. And that's not even mentioning it. Frostbite on the creeps. Tons of stuff.
Hard one for Na'Vi, but now we're in store for another hype game number 3. What we'll do now is cut to a small break. When we come back, we'll go to the panel, and they'll break down game number 2 of this Na'Vi versus VP.